I always make sure that I educate my daughter about her own hair, where it's coming from, for her to understand it, because I don't want someone to come up and educate her about her own hair in a wrong way. So I have a responsibility as a mother.
If you want to look elaborate, my beautiful women out there, I just told you. Please get different types of wigs.
Different colors as
Different
well.
colors. Shots, bob. Hello and welcome back to the Modern African Salon podcast, the place where we celebrate culture, history, and beauty of African salons. I'm your host, Lucy Okpoko, and today we are diving into one of the most debated topics in African community: relaxed hair versus natural hair. For decades, these conversations have sparked opinions, divided salon chairs, meetings, and shaped how we see beauty, identity, and hair care. I'm joined today with my incredible co-host, Thandeka Motloung, who has explored both worlds of being natural and being relaxed. Thandeka, welcome to the show.
Hello once again. I'm excited. Thank you for watching our podcast. Today we are diving in serious issues, questions that have divided people,
True.
Relaxed hair and natural hair.
Yes.
And weave, because guess what? I'm putting one. Okay, cool.
So Thandeka, let me even ask you right now, what's your current hair status?
My current status here at the moment. Which one are you talking about? The one that is on top or the one underneath? Which one are you talking about?
The one underneath the wig.
Oh, that one.
Yes.
Okay. My current status at the moment, it's afro.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got beautiful, healthy afro.
Okay, guys, let's hear your opinion in the comment section. Are you team natural or are you team relaxed? So now, Thandeka, right? Let's start like this, right? As we explore, why is there like a debate behind natural hair, behind relaxed hair? What exactly is the problem?
Yeah, honestly, I'll be very honest. Not everyone is going to go natural.
True.
And you can see now people are moving from relaxer slowly to natural. With me, it doesn't matter how you choose to wear your hair.
True.
You need to wear your hair correctly.
True.
You also need to, especially those who wear wigs, make sure that definitely underneath you are looking after your hair. It doesn't matter which way you're choosing to wake up looking like.
True.
It just needs to be done correctly.
So one thing is, so another question I need to ask you is, what do you think sparked this debate? Because remember, pre-colonial, there were no straighteners, right? These straighteners only came like in the colonial era. You understand, right? And then only after that, we're now trying to go back to we now feel like we understand ourselves, maybe like in the world of the 80s and stuff, we're now going back to natural. So what do you think? Because some people take this thing very personal, like they take it to extreme lengths, right? Like you're saying is, we're not judging you how you wear your hair, but what we're saying to you is, however you choose to wear your hair, be responsible. And I think one thing we need to mention as well is, do not let somebody determine how you should wear your hair. I think everybody should wear their hair according to their preference. Thandeka, can you just re-highlight the reason? Remember, I think you mentioned it in the last episode, right? Like, just re-highlight it for those who are just watching the podcast for the first time, why you went natural.
Oh, okay. For me, it was not my choice that I just decided to go natural.
Yeah.
It is because I had an existing eczema and fungal on my scalp. So I couldn't put chemicals because it would burn my scalp. Eventually, I was battling to treat this thing on my own. And now I end up consulting to the dermatologist that I was working with. I got a proper diagnosis.
Yeah.
And I was given an oral medication and a topical medication to be able to treat my condition. Then and there, when it was treated, I realized, you know what, I'm not a candidate for putting chemical on my scalp. Let me learn now how to grow my hair natural. I think it's how I just chose to grow natural. Yeah. But definitely I'll choose my natural hair again.
Sure.
Yeah.
Nice. So you heard what Thandeka said, right? So do not let anyone determine how you wear your hair. I would say is, choose to wear your hair the way you are comfortable with. Number one. Number two is, however you're comfortable with, take care of your hair in that position. You understand? Like for me as well, is going natural was not like, it was inevitable. Like I needed to go natural because of how my scalp suffered. Like how my scalp, because I had like, first of all, I had, I don't know, it was bad dandruff that evolved into seborrheic dermatitis like during COVID, right? I think as a result of stress or those, what's that thing that they gave us? Vaccine, you understand?
Petroleum.
Eh?
Watching vaccine.
Vaccine from COVID. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think so for me is going natural was not because I wanted to be fancy or because I wanted to be like team natural. For me, it was inevitable because my scalp suffered from years of relaxer, and I needed like I remember in 2013 when I was getting married, I didn't have hair at the back of my head. There was no hair there. Everything was gone. So I just needed to transition. So for me, like, and I remember when I cut my hair, it was a shock for my husband because it was like, because for us, it's like, like.
So you had a relaxer at that time?
Yes, I had relaxed hair. Like, I used to relax my hair like every month.
What?
Yes, because
That was too much.
I used to wear this bob look, right?
Oh, okay.
And my hair, like, I needed that hair to like fall apart. So the way you see me wear my twist now, my twist being a bob, this way my relaxer used to be a bob. Like it used to be like a feather, to be flying like this in the wind. But for me, like it felt like I was pretty, I was beautiful. That hair was very flat, but like at that time, like it was what I knew, I thought was better. But then my scalp was suffering, so I didn't have a choice than to go natural. You get? And another thing is, Thandeka, is the media, right, has so much influence on the way we make our choices.
Definitely.
So now, you being an adult now, an adult woman, like, and you having a girl child, what will you advise your child? Because knowing that the media, people will have an influence on what you think. Because first of all, our parents is what they taught, what somebody told them. That is what they did. So how will you advise your child to say, this is what way is good for you, this is what way is not good for you? Yeah.
On my side, I think I'll speak in the point of privilege because now I've got knowledge.
Yes.
In terms of how I'm going to look after my daughter's hair and my son's hair.
Yeah.
At the moment, both my kids got natural hair. And I could see every time when I drop my daughter at school, how she wears her hair is different with other kids, and also how I look after the hair constantly. She hair is very healthy. I hardly plait her hair. She's always on a twist or on a flat twist. So on my side, I will always speak on point of privilege because I've got so much information now. And I always make sure that I educate my daughter about her own hair, where it's coming from, for her to understand it, because I don't want someone to come up and educate her about her own hair in the wrong way. So I have a responsibility as a mother to educate her about her different types of curls of hair that she's got. Yeah.
I know, saying that, right, it just makes me to remember that, even in the 2000s, when natural hair movements started, even our parents, when they saw us wearing natural hair, they thought we were crazy. Like there was like a stigma attached to natural hair to say, you look untidy, you don't look nice. So I want to ask you this question. Why do you feel like people will say natural hair looks untidy?
Okay, I'll be very honest. Because certain black people think that when you've got natural hair, you can just wake up, not even doing anything to your hair, and just going to work. No hydration, no stretching. So it has given people a wrong stigma that natural hair, you don't look neat when you've got natural hair. And also, previously, we did not have tools in our hands. We did not have right tools how to look after our own hair. We thought petroleum was the only tool that we have. Where you literally put a petroleum and then you go. I have seen other people who've got natural hair. Please don't get me wrong and don't quote me wrong. I have seen other people who've got natural hair. Literally, they're not looking after their natural hair. So even if when they walk, you can see the hair, it's pulling. You don't know if the hair is coming off or it's doing anything. And some people, they think when you've got natural hair, you cannot be treating it, washing it, conditioning it, like putting money on your natural hair. We've got people who still believe that natural hair is cheap. the old ways that we're taught, it was an easy and a cheap way.
True.
But the truth now about the ways that we know about natural hair, it is a different game. It's things have changed. Because definitely in products, you know very well on your product, you don't have a product that got petroleum.
True.
Yes.
True.
So, but
true.
in our olden days, you get into a shop and buy hair food, something
True.
that's petroleum
True.
that they just put color.
True.
And we thought that was good for our own hair.
True.
Yeah,
True.
but we do have people who look good in their natural hair because there's an effort that they put. And we've
yes.
got people think when we've got a natural hair,
True.
you just have to wake up
And just rock up and go.
rock up. And that has created a problem also in people who work for private sector, who work in different types of companies. You know, there are some like, no. You know, even now there are companies who've been allowed people to rock their natural hair. Yeah, they are. We also have issues in schools where our kids are not allowed to rock a proper natural hair. There's always drama because I think still people are not informed about our own hair.
Okay, so I get your point, right? Mm-hmm. So when you're saying that rocking your natural hair, I'm trying to understand. Do you want me to wear my afro out? Because remember, there are different curl patterns.
Definitely.
And some curl patterns, it's easier for you to manage them compared to some other curl patterns. Like, let me give you an example. When you come to South Africa, the curl pattern in South Africa is very different. It's very coarse. It's very dry. You understand, right? When you go up the west, the curl pattern is very loose. Even when you put like a flat iron to straighten it, it straightens so well.
So easily.
So easily. But when you straighten the hair in South Africa, sometimes it becomes even more dry. You understand, right? And that's why you see that we Rootos had to come up with a way to work with that hair in a moist way. Because if you blow dry it, you're wasting your time and it's going to get more dry. So when you now say that, me rocking my natural hair, because to be honest, like my afro, if it's an afro, is big. If I'm in a classroom, for example, my afro can be obstructing the person at the back.
Okay.
Do you get my point? So I'm not saying that. So the thing for me is like, if you're going to rock your natural hair, can you please look for ways, right, that will make your natural hair stay neat and maintained?
Okay.
Because the schools where I grew, like when I went to high school, the schools where I grew up, they constantly used to call hairstyles. Like they tell us hairstyles. Like every Friday, we'll be told, when you're coming to school on Monday, you need to be in all back. When you're coming to school this day, you need to place your hair all going up. And we all had to be in a uniform. And it made everybody to look nice and neat. You won't see hair flying around the edges here. But you see, when I come back now, when I cast my mind back, if you walk outside now and you see a child, you will see a child whose mom is carrying an expensive bag, expensive clothes, driving an expensive car. The child comes out from that expensive car, but then the hair is all untidy. You understand? So like you're saying is, if we need to wear our hair in a natural way, can we be neat?
Either way. It's relaxed, still have to be neat. Even a weave. A person can rock up a weave not well looked after. Yay. Either way, you choose natural or relax or weave. Can you do it? Can we be neat?
True.
Yeah,
true,
can
true.
we be neat? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
true.
can I ask, I'm just asking.
Yes.
When you're speaking about wearing our hair, what is neat to you? When somebody said, I need to wear my afro neat, what is neat to you?
Very good question. Neat to me is my afro staying hydrated.
Oh, no, okay.
Yeah.
You know, I was not expecting that you're going to say that to me.
Neat to me is
Because
yeah.
one thing that I've realized, when you say someone, you must pack your hair neat,
Yes.
they thinking cornrows.
Yeah.
They thinking braids.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
To me,
yes.
what you have just said to me, it's like, it's powerful. It's
Yeah.
just to make sure that your hair
Is hydrated.
is well hydrated.
Yeah, because the truth is, if your hair is well hydrated, right, your hair will obey. Wherever you put, if you want it to sleek, it will stay. You understand? If it is well hydrated, if it's not hydrated, it won't go anywhere. So for me, the most important thing is, however you choose to wear your hair, even if you want to do cornrows, if you want to do, can your cornrows or your braids be also neat? You can't have braids and then your edges are dry. You understand? So you must choose your battle. Like, if you say you want to be like in a alternative hairstyle. I don't call it protective hairstyle. Alternative hairstyle.
What do you call it?
Alternative hairstyle.
Yeah, not protective
Not
hairstyle.
protective hairstyle,
Because
yes.
that word to me, it means a different way.
Yeah.
Let's just not
So
get
if
that.
you say you want to wear your hair in an alternative hairstyle, can your hair just be hydrated? When I say, I'm not saying that your hair, you should pack grease and make it like cheap shine. Because you know that there's what they call cheap shine. You know cheap shine when you carry all those hair food and you slap on your hair. Or when you carry like all those oily machine and stripe on your hair. No, like hydration. Like, you know, your hair needs to just stay hydrated. And one thing I need to ask you, Thandeka, is the nitty-gritty. What are the advantages and disadvantages of natural and relaxed hair? The pros and the cons.
Yo, honest truth. You really want me to be honest, eh? Okay. Relaxed hair, it's easy to look after. Wake up in the morning, chip, you do a ponytail, then you go. But relaxed hair, you are limited in terms of styles. There's not a lot of styles that you can do. Okay. But a natural hair, shrinkage, that's number one. Okay. It's constantly dry, our hair. It's the reason why I must constantly hydrate our own hair. But there's a lot of styles that you can do in natural hair.
Yeah.
But it all goes back to having a right product in your hands. Because you can have a right product, but if your technique is wrong, you can mess up the whole thing.
True.
You know, it's all about technique and good products.
True.
And always go back and consult with a professional.
You know that thing you just said right now is very important. Consulting a professional. Okay. So you said something about natural hair being difficult. Yeah. So I feel like it's difficult because many people don't know how to handle it. And the truth is, people want to, because I find that women want to try 1 million hairstyles. You know me, what I always say to all my friends? If you want to get different hairstyles, just get a wig. Get a wig in different colors, different shades. Do whatever you want to do with it, right? But don't play around with your hair like that. You understand? Like, if you want to like do this hair, like if you want to like, you know, because to be honest, right, guys, all those braiding, I remember when we were doing trichology and we did that course where the guy had to see us like in a camera.
Yes.
Remember when somebody says like, in the long run, your hair, you can get traction alopecia. Because over time, the more pulling that you give your hair, the more tugging you do to it, it causes traction. So the only way your hair thrives is by you just leaving it, let it be. You understand? And letting it be means doing things that are low manipulation. So if you want to do cornrows here, you want to put extensions here, you want to dye it brown, dye it red, dye it orange, all those things, guys, be calming down with your hair. You understand? Just get different colors of wigs. They are braided wigs, afro wigs, whatever you want to do. But let your hair underneath your wig thrive. See, we're not judging you. We're not saying wear your hair this way. We are saying to is however you choose to wear your hair, be it natural, be it relaxed, right? Because no way is right, no way is wrong. And then you will decide for yourself. Because remember, we went natural because we had issues with our scalp. I don't know what if you're out there listening to us, I don't know why you chose to go natural. But whatever your reason was, and you're watching this, we want to hear in the comment section. But the truth is, however you choose to wear your hair, be smart about it. And just to come back to you, Thandeka, I remember you were saying, yeah, I get that natural hair is difficult. People find it difficult. It's not because we're not taught how to handle our hair.
Yeah, definitely. We were given a cheap options. We're given cheap options because someone needed to make money out of these cheap options from us. But remember also that cheap options, it did not come from us. When you go to the market, you wouldn't find a black person owning a product. There was people who were, certain group that were owning those cheap products. And we were going to the shop and buying the cheap options, And that's the reason why we're stuck in a place where we would look so clumsy. Yes, because we were given the cheap options. But now we've got, no. Do you have a lot of options at the moment? I wouldn't say a lot. I'll be very honest. It depends what you're looking for in the market. Yeah.
You saying that, right? Like, not having a lot of options don't you not think that it stems from the fact that people don't research about our hair? Everybody just copy one another to say, Thandeka is making a product. I also want to make my own product as well. And that is why on the market, right, we don't have like a lot of products that are doing like wonderful things on the hair. Instead, you just have everybody a generic kind of thing whereby if it's hair food, you can sell that type of hair food, like another oil. You know, people are not so. We don't even have enough research done on our hair type. You understand? Like, so it's very like it's really really worrying. To be honest,
think you know what you're saying? What I have found, social media has also played a huge role in comes to people making choices in terms of what products they're gonna do. What I have found lately, everyone is a formulator now. Everyone is a formulator. There are people who went to school to formulate, who studied it and understand it. They understand the science behind it. They don't just sit in their kitchen and mix all those things. And there are people who have selected themselves to be formulators. Mix a little bit of that and bit of that and bit of that. When you buy that product, you are not being consulted. So that means in the market, we've got consumer products and we've got the retailer products. We've got consumer products and professional products.
Yes.
So it depends which products you want to fall into. You know, you want to go into a certain shop that sells products and select a product without anyone assisting you, not knowing what you need to buy, or you want to walk into a professional salon where a hairstylist assist you and said, ma'am, this is the type of hair that you have. This is what you need. Ma'am, this is the condition of your scalp. This is what you need. We're going to do this with steps. It depends what you want. But everyone is a formulator. That's where our problem is. Because everyone wants to make money now. Everyone wants to make money. And people, if you are not careful, I have seen the worst alopecias, Believe me. Because people are just following trends. And I like what you just said. If you want to follow trends with your hair, be like me. Get different types of wigs. You have seen my different shows. I've been wearing different types of wigs because I know I like to change my styles. But because I've got an estrogenetic alopecia, I cannot be changing my hair like that. I cannot. Even though my hair looks healthy, because I know the journey that I went with my hair, there are certain things that I cannot do. If you know me, Lucy, have you seen me with cornrows?
No.
Yes.
No.
Because I know the journey. You also know my journey. You know, I have struggled with hair loss big time. So now I must copy you. Today you did purple. Today you did apple. Today you've done Zumba hair. And so I must copy you. Be careful of trends.
No, true. I know you mentioned something about products. I know it's very. I really pray that one day we get there where there'll be regulations, there'll be licensing, because people are not following regulations, because everybody just mix whatever. Just mix whatever they can mix, and then they sell it to the public. You know, like products are not being tested, that kind of stuff. But yeah, let's hope that one day we'll get there where there'll be regulations. You know what I'm trying to say? You know,
you're right, Mama Lisa. I think that is the biggest debate that creates problem in terms of our pricing in our businesses.
True.
Because in my business, I don't have consumer products.
Yes.
I've got a professional product from the beginning to an end.
Yeah.
So you find someone who goes, you can actually find a 5 liter of shampoo with 100 rand. Do you know that? Yes. So now you find a salon that buys a 5 liter of shampoo, or it's not been tested. We don't know what we don't even know the pH of that of the shampoo. Does it strip the whole oil on your scalp, or what it does? We don't know. And then I've got now professional, becomes a problem, because my prices, there's no way that I can charge 100 rand. I'm already spending quite a lot of money in this professional product, because I want to make sure that you are well looked after from your scalp to right to your hair. You know, so I think that is the biggest problem. We've got a lot of products lying around.
Yes.
And that changes the game. When I started working as a stomatologist, I remember there was a year where they introduced demo rollers. You know, I don't know if you know for demo rollers. We had 2 types of demo rollers. We had a medical roller and we had a home roller. Literally, still a home roller, you were not going to buy it at Take a Lot. I'll be very honest with you. You wouldn't buy it online. But now we are in a position where literally a person sits online and get the demo roller. A home roller was sitting on 0.5 to 0.8. That is the home roller because it's the size of the needle, okay? It's easy to use it. And still, if I'm the one who's selling to you, I will also tell you how to use it and how to look after it, okay? But now things have changed. You literally online can find a 2 millimeter of a demo roller, a size of a needle. Where someone, they don't even know what they're doing with it. It's even worse. You can even find micro needling machine to buy it now. In our time, we had to get a doctor's script to sign terms. This patient need this roller. Can you just make sure they get it? Then we'll phone a certain company that we used to specialize and get it. But now we are having good equipment to wrong people. You see, so now there's no control. People can buy anything that they want.
Want to buy, yes.
Exactly. If we can have regulations and said, can we still go back there? Can certain things cannot be sold online?
True.
If you need something, you need, as much as there's a consumer product and there's a professional
product, yes.
Exactly. Imagine now your Rutos products, you find it someone miming it, sitting it outside of the road, selling it, and people think it is Rutos products. So if we can find that and control it, I think we will be in a better place in terms of the beauty industry. Industry as a whole.
True. You know, like you saying that just makes sense to say, because there are so many products out there and people are trying different things and they feel like, if this thing doesn't work for me, I'm going to give up and I'm going to go relax my hair. So even because there are so many products out there which are not performing, it makes consumers frustrated and it pushes them to go relax their hair. So remember, guys, is you decide how you want to wear your hair. We are wearing our hair natural because we add like conditions. Some people it pains me when I see some kids that have very thick hair. And just let you know, like in this part of South Africa, the curls are very tight. When you put relaxer on it, guys, like those curls even get I don't know how they get more crinkled and they even get more painful. You understand? So because everybody's hair is different, everybody's curls are different. So you really need to understand your hair before you can now say, okay, let me now go the relaxer way or let me go the natural way. So please understand your hair, know your hair, and then choose the right product, guys. We can never say that enough, because when you have the right products, the right tools, it will be easier for you to manage your hair. In then saying that, beyond the hair itself, this debate often taps into deeper emotions and cultural conversations. Let's talk about identity, confidence, and societal pressures. How our hair choices can reflect self-expressions and societal expectations.
Yeah. I think first, before we get to the point, if you've got low self-esteem first, you're gonna go east, west, not knowing what you want to your hair. And in order for you to sell something to a human being, you've gotta lower down their self-esteem. Definitely be able to sell anything that you want. It's just knowing who you are and accepting who you are. That plays a huge role. Then you can be able to choose. Don't choose a hairstyle because you have seen somebody else pulling up that hairstyle. As much as I've told you my history, I know what my hair can handle. I know my hair what cannot handle. So I'm happy where I am sitting. As long as I'm investing on my hair underneath, I'm good to go. But low self-esteem, it plays a huge role in our choices. Yeah. And media as well, hey? And celebrities as well. And celebrities, big time. Seeing certain person on the media doing certain, for example, let's be very honest. There was a trend where now most of people were moving to natural. The bloggers were going natural, talking about natural. Eventually, I suspecting that the market of relaxers started feeling the pinch.
Yes.
Then, seems like things are just not moving correctly. They started paying the blockers that you now start reintroducing. The same blockers who spoke about natural hair. These are the same blockers now who are changing. Saying, no, some of them saying, I'm relaxing my hair every 2 weeks, actually, to make sure my hair smooth. But do you see what I'm saying? If you know exactly what you want, you're not going to follow such trend. Because we are where we are now because of the trend. We're dealing with a lot of alopecias that walk into our salons. Because of this trend. Who can relax their hair every 2 weeks? Seriously, because she's being paid by saying that. By saying that. Eventually, we move from that. It got into color because now the color industry realizing, we're not making people are now going blonde. I like. Let's have someone who will relax their hair and put color. No, but I still look good. But you're lying. Your scalp is burning. But you cannot say you look good. Well, there was this color that was in. Let's be very honest. There was this gray color that was in, Mama Lucy. Do you know numbers of clients who have walked in who went bold because of that color? It's just, let's just not follow trend. If you want to do anything, consult professional people. They are there for a reason. You're not going to learn my profession over YouTube. I went to school for 4 years for that. So you think you're going to learn this over YouTube and think you can do that in YouTube? No. Please, our doors are open. Come and consult it. Some of the problems can be prevented.
True. Don't think you can learn all that like proper way of doing hair over YouTube. Like courses are made for a reason. And let me just go back here. Is according to South African standard of hairdressing. There's things that a hairstylist needs to know before they can handle hair. However, it's just unfortunate that 99.8% of the stylist population have no idea that if there's even a curriculum that is set on how they should take care of natural hair and how they should take care of relaxed hair. It's so unfortunate. But we are hoping that with this podcast, we can inform people out there, what is, it is time for you to invest in learning, invest in knowledge, because with that, you will not go wrong. And Thandeka, let me ask you this, right? Do you think that the pressure to go natural or stay relaxed, I think I asked you that, comes from the society or comes from our community?
Yeah, it comes from our community. Yeah. Also the bloggers have also played role in terms of making, as much as I said to you, doesn't matter how you wear your hair, but what matters, can we stop investing more in relaxer than in natural than in treating our hair? You can still relax your hair. Because in an olden days, you walk into the salon and relax your hair. You leave, you come back 4 weeks later, you relax again. It doesn't work like that. You relax, you go, you come back, you treat. You go, you spend more time in treating your hair and your scalp before you can go back again to relaxing your hair. Because you can still have straight hair, healthy hair.
Yes.
If it's done with the right good product.
Yes.
The right person who understand what they are doing.
Yes.
Because we might have a good chemical product, but landing in the wrong hands.
Yes.
You might find out this product is good. Actually, there's a lot that it can do, but it's landing in wrong hands.
True.
Exactly.
True.
So can we make sure that if you're in this business, exactly, you as a client, if something goes wrong to your hair, both of you, in a hairdresser and you are responsible.
True.
Because you making that choices and saying you can trust this person with your hair. I mean, how did you get into that, making that decision? We can have a right product.
Yes.
But if it's landing in the wrong
hands,
it can make wrong things.
True.
But if we have a person who understands chemistry with the right product, we'll be able to get good results.
True.
There's many relaxers that are outside there that are good. But because those relaxers, they're lending to the right hand. So if we find people who are unqualified to do these things, I mean, a relaxer and the color, those are serious things.
True.
To be played around with someone who does not understand chemistry and science.
True.
Those are serious things. Those things, if are not mixed correctly, they can create scarring.
You're right. Scarring.
Those two things.
True.
We can have a scarring that we cannot even fix.
Reverse.
Not even laser can fix it. So if we have the right people, that's the reason we're saying if we get into formalizing this thing, having permits, make sure that whoever runs a business understand what they're putting themselves into.
Yes.
Because our own people are suffering.
True.
There are some alopecias that happened if things were controlled.
Yes.
With the rates that we're going, Malusi, if you see a black person who's got a full hairline, we're going to put them in museum. With the rates that we're going.
Do you hear that? With the rate at which you're going, if we see a black person with a full hairline, we'll put them in the museums to just say, yo.
This is how it's supposed to look like.
Because saying that, because now you see those kids, 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, there's no hairline.
There's a dermatologist that I was listening to one of her interview, a black dermatologist from, I think, from Devon. She literally saying, my patients are getting younger. I am dealing with a 3-year-old who's already having a receding hairline. I'm not talking about a hairline, a alopecia that runs in the family. That you can easily pick up, when they're younger, maybe taking something to the lab. But she's talking about now in terms of styling, where you find there are still parents who are overbraiding their kids because they think that's the only way to look after the hair. They're getting more younger and more younger. Where I drop my child off to school, to crèche, at next door there's a high school. Every second child that I have seen there, they've got ages on point. They've got boho braids that sit on their bum. And you can literally see that their ages are thinning out. My concern is no one is putting a stop. We are just moving. We're still continuing with all this trend. No one is putting a stop. For us doing this podcast is to make sure that we educate our own people. That wake up. We don't need to get here. Because every time, and I pay attention because I'm passionate about hair. When I walk to the mall or to anywhere, I look at people's hair. You're literally seeing, Mama Lucy, this person hair starts here. But there's already still braid. They plaited their hair. The hairliner is finished. It's gone. But no one is putting a stop. Can this industry be formalized?
Yeah. Like, like it's very deep, right? Because when I was growing up, because I don't understand, when I was growing up, braids hairstyles were a thing that we do on Christmas Day.
Yep.
And I think that is one thing that has made our hairline stay longer. Like this, like, because if I look at my generation, the 40s, if I look at like my set, my mates, like we don't have receding hairline.
You think so, Mama Lucy?
Like me, like I'm saying in my own circle.
Yeah, maybe in your own circle because
my own circle.
Where I've been.
Yes, I'm saying in my own circle. And I think it's because of when we were growing up, we're not forced. Like we don't wear extensions. Extensions were done on specific, like on Christmas Day.
Thank you. During
school times, right? We cornrow our hair, right? With our natural hair. You cornrow your natural hair to the back. You understand, right? So our hairlines were preserved. You understand? And then when we're going to do those cornrows as well, like we used to go maybe next door to that go-go next door. She doesn't blow dry. She just using like they call it we call it ori shea butter. She just uses that to release like your curls, and then she then plaits you. She uses a lot of oils as well to plait you, and you're good to go for the whole week or for the next 2 weeks. So with these kids of these days, you see them 2-year-olds, 3, even 18 months. The mothers want the hair to be braided. They want the hair to be like, it's not manageable. The hair is hard. The hair is this. The hair is that. Guys, like already you're showing your child the same thing that was told to your parents, that their hair is hard. Is same thing you're telling your children right now, that their hair is hard. So you put that in their mind, because I've seen kids that come to the salon and they'll be like, Mama, I want long hair. Mama, I want this hair. They don't want
Sabrina's hair,
Cinderella's hair. So we need to get to that point in saying that, guys, let's love our hair. Let's learn how to take care of our hair, right? And please don't relax a young child's hair. Let that child grow up and make a decision to relax her own hair. Let mothers, parents not enforce relaxing on their children's hair because they are lazy. Can we stop it?
And also, can we normalize, please, on record?
Yes.
Can we normalize going to the salon, doing a treatment, and walk out without anything hanging on your scalp or you braided? Can we normalize that?
True.
There are saloons that will cater for you. Walk in, do a treatment, come up with your toothpaste. Can we just normalize that?
True.
Because overstyling, we are here now because of this overstyling.
True.
Today your hair is looking in Europe. The other day it's in Australia. We're moving all around. Can we just normalize this? I'm saying it. I'm passionate about it because that's what I teach in my business. Normalize walking in my salon. Do a consultation. I consult you because that's what I do first. Consult. Look at your scalp under trichoscope, and then do your treatment. But many times I have found clients being unhappy.
Yes, because they always want to work out with a very elaborate style. So guys, give your hair a break, like in between. If you want to look elaborate, my beautiful women out there, I just told you. please get different types of wigs.
Different colors as
different
well.
colors, short bob, kinky straight, and what's it called now? Braided wigs, guys. Like, ease the trauma away from your scalp. Get the trauma out of your scalp. Let your scalp be happy. Treat your hair, guys. Wash your hair. Your hair needs to be washed at least, right? At least once every 2 weeks if you are too lazy.
But it would depend. I like what you just said. But
Yeah.
if you've got some certain hair loss,
Yes,
or scalp disease or some
Yes.
condition,
Yeah.
you constantly have to wash. Like personally, if I have to stay not washing my hair for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I've got a seborrheic dermatitis as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So I wash my hair every week. Wash my hair every week, even 5 days actually.
Yeah.
Because I can even smell it, the sweat, because I over sweat a lot. But also it depends on your lifestyle.
True.
If you go to the gym
True.
most of the time and you sweat, you cannot wait for another 2 weeks.
2 weeks. True.
Constantly.
True.
You cannot
True.
wait.
True.
Can we normalize washing our own hair?
Yes, like seriously, that's
Yeah,
very true.
Because a clean scalp will produce a healthy
hair. Yeah.
If you're not gonna wash your hair, where do you think this health hair is gonna come from?
And you know what is so painful is that, and you buy those wigs, right? You think that the people that are buying their hair, they don't wash their hair. If they were not washing their hair, you won't have that wig. So the way you are washing, please normalize washing your hair. Normalize washing your wig, guys, because you'll be on some queue with some ladies. The wig is smelling, the hair underneath is smelling. So guys, can we normalize taking care of our hair properly? And if you decide that you want to have relaxed hair, can we normalize relaxing our hair twice a year?
True.
Twice a year, guys. Not every month, because you are going to scar your scalp. So you know what, guys? Coming to the end of this episode, right? We want to say to you, whether you are team natural, whether you're a team relaxed, or somewhere in between, let your hair journey be about you. Let no media, no influencer, let no person tell you that your hair does not look good, do like this to your hair. And please, if you're an adult who has kids that look up to you, can you please be a good example to those kids? Teach them how to love their hair, how to nurture their hair. Right.
But can I also say that, Mama
Yeah.
Lucy, as we black people,
Yes.
can we stop over investing on a wig than in our own hair?
True.
Can we just,
True.
because now
True.
you find
True.
someone paying about 20,000 on a
True.
wig, but you're telling them about the range of 1,600 rand on their scalp. It's like, huh? There's no way that I can pay that. But you've already just spent money on somebody else's hair. You know?
True.
Can we start first, the step,
True.
start with your own hair.
True.
Invest on your own hair.
True.
Then you can invest on the style.
Style. It just comes out. It just comes to saying, love yourself. I think that's the key word from this episode. Like, love yourself. Like the way you are. Love yourself. And if you love yourself, you will take care of yourself, starting from your hair. Because let me tell you guys something. Before I see your face, I see your hair first. You understand? So before I look at you and say, oh, you're wearing this, you're wearing that, I see your hair first, right? I see your head before I see your face. So love yourself, love your hair, take care of your hair underneath, so that when you're at home sleeping next to your man, when you take out your wig, does not look as if like, hey, who's this masquerade? You get my point, right? So guys, whatever team you are, whether you're we're not saying this team is better than the other. What we are saying to you is, however you choose to wear your hair, love yourself, take care of your hair, take care of yourself, take care of your hair. Visit professional salons. You see, I'm putting my hair like this. Use the right products on your hair. Look at me doing, give me money more. No, use the right things on your hair. Because if you do, your hair will be happy, your hair will be manageable. So, guys, we have now come to the end of today's episode. We really want to hear your opinion out there. What team are you? Are you team relaxed, team natural, or team taking care of my hair? Are you that person that loves to take care of your hair, treat your hair? We want to hear how often you do your hair treatments. And as we come to a close, we want to urge you guys out there and say to you, thank you very much for staying tuned to our podcast. Do not forget to subscribe, to like, and to share this with all your friends out there. And we want to say a very big thank you to all our sponsors. Let's start with Ivaso Media for giving us this beautiful space for us to host this podcast. to Rutos, to TK Skincare that makes me glow and shimmer. Can you see my shimmer, right? To Gigi's Culture for making us look very cutesy and demure, right? To Two Genesis for slaying our faces, making me look myself and not over on top. And to Umzi for beautiful shoes. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. And we can't wait to see you again on our next episode.
Voila.